Okay, hi guys. So last week I asked Natalie to do me a recap. And I told her she had 1 minute 20. Um, this is the recap that she gave me. Enjoy.
Hi there, my name is Natalie Walls, also known as Chaotic Rogue, also known as Bria, and here's my ridiculously fast recap. God damn it, Phoenix sold me out. Be nice to you jerks. It's all on account of hating nobles. Well, okay. Phoenix equals Urza Wells equals Borma Knight of Avalon, burned at the stake, but the Phoenix came back the very next day. Enter the beat, which she found us. Una brings us together. Kels always Kels, and nothing can change them. Healing touch. Wait, is Marina? Well, fuck. Jeremy is Solomon Grundy. I love Una. She's great at this witty banter. No, Jay, snap his neck now. Why do you have to imply that Largenstein will do things with his corpse? That's really gross. Una to run the world, kind of actually okay with that. Okay, but the list of things that Kels Simon enjoys is really funny. Jeremy, you're an awful tour guide. Una covers herself in lard, totally canon. Not actually, please ignore that. Bribery with pocket dresses from Clarice, well, shit. Kels's moustache is firmly erect. New challenger approaches. Giovanna, not to be confused with the gym leader. Fate Witch. A, salty spray time. Poor Griffin, payment in a delicious time, except for nope, off the ship. Octopussy, ship, cat mascot, useful as a bad potato. Break the bottle, equals our new best game. Daniel and Boris are the best. Bro guidelines. Griffin overboard probably at least 7 times. Daniel is now known as Dog Piss Boy. Moral of the story is don't deal in dog piss. The Kels effect is really just glittery sunsets. Anatomical position will down Marina. Derek blushes at least once. This is a green ship. Recycle everything, even the jokes. Back to Una. Guess who's back? Back again. Una's back. Tell a friend. I glomp her. Yeah, who remembers that? We make more work for Griffin as we show Una the game. Why have I not used his Kels as a distraction to get coin? DM tip, know your fucking history. Go through characters. Bear bar equals like gay bar. I want a musical number. We were off to Marina. Shooter betray us. Bar goes cold. Leo Street freezes. Pale magic man. Una smells like Urza Wells, and we were done.
Oh, hi everyone. We're live. What a recap.
Absolutely incredible.
Absolutely incredible. Now, Natalie may
beautiful.
Natalie may hate me for this, but the 1 minute 20 recap is beautiful. It is. But you know, just in case you guys couldn't understand that, I'm gonna play the full 3 minute version instead as well.
Yay!
You are in so much trouble.
I know.
Steph.
I know.
Just
But it
before
was
we do
so
that,
good.
It's
It was
gone, it's
so
gone.
Okay, so I
good.
just did like
Okay.
20 million takes for the version for the stream. I'm doing a much slower
Brilliant. I
version
love it.
for you guys that you will get both, but that's because I love you. Anyways, this is the recap. This is the full recap, the not skipped out any of my fucking things version. God damn it, I had 1 minute 20 so fucking short. Anyways, you'll see. Anyways, episode 7, Tides of Eisen. Where are my fucking pencils? I couldn't find any that day. God damn it, Phoenix, you sold me out. Be nice to Una, you jerks. This is all on account of hating nobles? Well, okay. Phoenix equals Urza Wells equals former Knight of Avalon. Burned at the stake, but the Phoenix came back the very next day. Enter Fate Witch, who found us? Una brings us together. Kels is always Kels and nothing can change him. Healing touch. Wait, is Marina involved? Well, fuck. Jeremy is Solomon Grundy. I love Una. She's great with his witty banter. No, Jay, just snap his fucking neck. Why did he imply Largenstein will do things with his corpse? That's gross. Una to run the world? Okay, actually, I'm okay with that. Okay, but the list of things that Kels Samat enjoys is really funny. Jeremy, you're an awful tour guide. Una covers herself in lard. Totally canon. In Kels' head, maybe. Did not actually happen. I'm sorry, Una. Bribery with pocket dresses from Clarice. Well, shit. Kels' mustache is firmly erect because that had to be in here. New challenger approaches. Giovanna, not to be confused with a specific Pokemon gym leader. Fate Witch. Ayy, salty spray time. Poor Griffin, payment in a delicious time, except for now he just gets pushed off the ship. Octopussy equals the ship cat mascot. He's about as useful as a bad potato. Layla kind of flirts with stuff for now. Break the bottle is our new best game. By this point, we had hit 2 spit takes with Derek. I think we got to a total of 3. I need to devise new rules. Daniel's really good at this. He got about 65 points by the end of it. Daniel and Boris are the best. There are bro guidelines? Okay. Griffin overboard at least twice, but probably realistically 7 times. Daniel, dog piss boy. 4 bottles of piss, 1 bottle of gin. Halfway through the gin, you don't know which is which. That is his new Tinder profile. Moral of the story, don't deal in dog piss. Yeah. The Kels effect is really just glittery sunsets. Thank you, broken glass. Kels overboard, 1. Anatomical position. Well, okay. Down, Marina. Derek Blush, 1. This is a green ship. We recycle everything, even the jokes. Back to Una. Guess who's back? Back again. Una's back. Tell a friend. Anyways, I glomp her. Yeah, who remembers that term? I do. I'm old. We make more work for Griffin as we show Una the game. Why have I not used Kel as a distraction to get more coin? That's a future Rhea thing. DM tip, know your fucking history, just go with your characters. Bar equals gay bar. I want a musical number. Still holding out for that one. We are awful to Marina. She better betray us or we're gonna feel so guilty. Bar goes cold. Layla's drink freezes. Pale of Magic Man. Oh, pale as fuck. Ooh, wow. I've misread that about 12 times now. Una smells of Urza Wells. That's gross. Grigory equals bullet magnet / sieve. I was supposed to do that in a minute 20. I am over 3 minutes now. So, not really. I swear, I love you all. I miss you all. I'm so sorry that past Natalie was dumb and made plans on a Tuesday night was really what this came down to. And then I kind of forgot about those plans for a while. Awkward. Anyways, I'm looking forward to the VOD. We'll watch it as soon as I can, and I will totally recap it. And I don't know what Derek's gonna do to me. But anyways, I love you all. I miss you all. I mean that genuinely. This is Rhea Natalie post last session. Anyways, cool. Love you guys.
And we are back. Thank you so much for them lovely recaps, Natalie. I'm sure that's not the last we'll hear of them. But it's not just Natalie and her recap that's missing today. I haven't also introduced anyone else or done any of this channel stuff. So why don't we introduce everyone else first? Let's start with our wonderful GM, Marina.
Hi everyone. Oh, that's the problem. I was like, I hear two of Kelsamat, and I realized I still didn't have the stream unmuted. Oopsies. Hi. Apparently Derek's not feeling very well today, so I'll be your game mistress, I guess. Which everything's fine. Like, you'll be totally fine, I'm sure. So yes, hi, I'm Marina. I'm a humble doctor from Montaigne, but I'm not important. Next, please.
Natalie, of course, is not here because she did the wonderful recap. So instead, we'll go around to Jay. Oh, hi, Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay, and I'm playing Leela, who likes to smash bottles at people.
A summary as in depth and amazing as we could
That's all you get.
possibly hope for. That's all we need to know, really. Next, we have the wonderful Arasavad.
Hello, I'm Eris Savad. I'm playing Una tonight, and Una just spent 5 days in the castle of her enemy, or in the keep of her enemy, gathering intel on what we're going to be doing next, and apparently is of interest to the shadowry person we just met, which is super creepy. Super duper creepy. But we're doing good.
Yeah, I mean, everything's going fine, right? We're like having drinks and shit.
It's fine.
Next around, we have Dark Fox 0812. Oh, hi, Alex.
Hello. So I'm Alex, or Dark Fox, and I am playing Grigory, who has just about got over being turned into a sieve with the sheer amount of bullet holes, and is definitely looking forward to returning the favor to the unpleasant. I'm trying to think of a polite word. People that captured Una.
Of course, and I am Keller Samad. I've got loads of stuff to introduce at Scrat as well. I've got social links, check those out. You've got Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. Check them all out. We also have a Patreon where there's free stuff and exclusive stuff that you can get access to for as little as $1. We have merch. You can slap this glorious logo on your trousers, your tops, your cups, your books, anything you like. Mini skirts, you name it, it's all there. There's also we have 2 sponsors in the form of Bird in the Storm Publishing, who do all their t-shirts and mugs. The proceeds go to charity, and Mage Hand Press, who are releasing the alpha of their Dark Matter 5e expansion this week on Thursday with our show Argo 37 at 1 PM. So check that out. And we also have a tweet today. Every 10 retweets we get a wild magic surge. So get over and retweet the tweets, because at the moment we are only on free. What you doing, guys? Come on, free, really?
We'll see about that.
Yeah, come on. That's less than there are players in the game.
Scott, I just hacked Derek's Twitter. This is gonna be like a hot second, okay?
well, with all that introduced, I am Kel Samat, and let's see, I make my way through the world using my guiles and my charm. Yeah, close enough. I finished last session, I believe, having dinner with the lovely Marina herself. Hello, Marina.
Hi.
Because our friends are a little mean to you, and I felt that.
It's okay. I mean, I think they have like good intentions or something, but we'll get there. So, I guess if you don't mind, darling, I'll probably take over the show now.
I love giving away control.
How fitting. So, last time on Scattered Ashes, in case you were not here for the recap, they found Una and they met a very mysterious, tall, dark, handsome man that was not Kelsamat, but in fact he was really creepy. So, that being said, we're going to pick up with the group who is still at the tavern. Okay, let's see here. How would Derek do this? He would describe the scene. Gotcha. Okay. I'm there, I promise. So, standing in front of you is this tall, pale-skinned man who... Oh, wait, that is what's wrong. Still hear the music. It's the wrong music. Sorry, you know, when being a blonde, sometimes it happens. Okay, there we go. No, not that one. 1 second, promise. How is everyone today? Okay, here we go.
I love this so much, Derek. Thank you so much. I love it. Thank
Wait,
you.
shit, Derek is here? Where? Shh, I hacked his Twitter.
Marina,
Tell him.
I'm sorry, Marina.
You're fine.
I love you.
So, right, all right, spooky, great. So, the temperature in the tavern drops dramatically. This strange man who has just told you, Una, that you smell like Ezra Wells. He looks at you with his cold, cyan blue eyes. And he says,
"Now, I'm sure you have many questions. But it is not safe here. Undoubtedly, as you know.
Where do you suppose we go?
I have a small domicile, not far from here. It is on Vice Street, number 3. Meet me there in an hour."
And who are you?
My name is Faust.
Faust. And why exactly should I come there?
I am inviting you all there, after all. Because you are probably, if I detect correctly,
thank you for the message there. I'm going to fix that right now. Okay, there we go. Hi, is that better?
because, my darling, I have heard much of his plan for you.
Grigory's going to stand up off the ridiculously small stool he was perched on, and immediately pick it up in one hand.
Yes, can I help you?
Let's not start something here.
Do it.
If you're sure.
No, we're not sure. Do it.
I mean, there are benches over there. It's just the stool is easiest.
Go for the bench.
Let's not draw attention to ourselves.
Grigory puts it back down and then sits back on it.
No, his instincts are fine. If anything, they are proper. I commend your bravery, after all.
By the way, I should get a hero point for refusing aid.
And that you do. Okay, you can go ahead. That is perfectly fine.
Ah.
Just wanted to. Okay.
Yeah, because at this point we clearly need more hero points. I mean, Scrat's what's sitting on 23.
I've got 9.
Just 13, actually.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Wow,
You've
my
been
eyesight
going
is
through them
terrible.
pretty quickly.
Yeah, that is true.
Una says, my instincts are well too, but I do not wish to cause a scene. And starting a fight in a bar is a great way to do that.
Undoubtedly it is. Sorry, I almost forgot which voice I was doing. Undoubtedly it is. And that's why I commend your resolve to go about your business uninhibited. Then he turns and he looks into where Rhiannon had been standing. And you see Rhiannon is gone.
Does he still have his wallet?
People need to stop doing that.
You sense that there is almost this sort of void where she was. Almost like she was there, and then she just stopped being there altogether.
Your friend,
He goes on to say,
seemed to be busy. It is not my doing, simply something I noticed while you were too distracted.
Where is she?
I do not know. I simply watched her slip away. You were too busy trying to bludgeon me with that stool.
I wouldn't have tried.
Maybe we should try again.
"You're muted, dear."
Me?
Yes.
I was okay, sure. Which way did she go?
She headed that way, but she just stepped off into the air.
Interesting.
Strange things happen in there.
Everything gets stranger by the day.
Yes, especially when Ezra Wells is involved. Now, if you excuse me, I shall go prepare for you to grace me with your presence later.
As you wish.
He gives you a bow. But I did not get your names.
You obviously know them.
Says I know you are Unanik Ma, but they... He says, and he points to Layla and Gregory.
Their names are theirs to give, not mine.
Gregory's just going to glare at him.
Yeah, same. We'll just sit together.
Very well. And that is the decision I will let you have.
And he turns and he basically about faces out the Baron Bar. And leaves. The cold atmosphere leaves with him out the door.
Well,
That was cold.
yes. I don't like him.
I can't imagine why. He seemed really nice.
And as you three are now wondering where Rhiannon went to and who possibly could be this Faustin person, we're going to take it back over to Kels, as he was sitting there with me.
Have you tried the wine, Marina?
It isn't bad. It just... Why do you think they don't like me?
These things happen on ships sometimes. When you are alone on a boat with 5 people, you infatuate on someone and begin making up stories in your head, and before you know it, you have got the cabin fever. And,
Cabin fever? That is a disease I have not heard of.
Oh, it can take many forms, Marina. Sometimes you are just overcome with lust. Other times you just make up vicious rumors about each other.
Well, that would explain one of the things I'm feeling.
The beer is also especially good.
She turns. I turn. Yeah, that's me. Hi. I turn, and there is a waiter somewhere nearby. I say, excuse me, zwei Bier, bitte. And the
Und Weißschnaps, bitte.
waiter nods. Yeah, jawohl. And in a moment he is back with the drinks. And I lean in and I say, so, I was very disappointed, Kels.
Disappointed how, Marina?
The entire time, 5 days on the salty spray, and you only invited me into the cabin to help patch up your friend.
Well, Marina, you know how it is on my boat. I have to look after my men. They are unruly. I have to have a firm hand. I have to be the noble figure that they can look up to. However, once we get to shore...
So if I recall correctly, I presume, sorted out our rooms back in the Baron Bar, unless you'd like to cancel those reservations to make something a little bit better here.
Oh, no, I never cancel reservations. It's always good to have a backup place to sleep, but we could certainly find some other arrangements if you would prefer.
It is entirely up to you, Kels. I mean, after all, you are the captain.
Well then, why don't we go on a little adventure? Schnapps?
Danke. And she picks it up and drinks. And about how much longer do you continue drinking with the pretty Sarmatian doctor?
I'd say we'd finish our drinks up in the next 20 minutes. Because Kels has an idea.
All right. So
when
within
we-
20...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so once you are finishing up your drink, Kels will come. There are many great places that we can frequent this evening. The night is young.
It is indeed. And Kels, I have to ask,
Mhm.
with your glittering reputation, exactly how old are you?
Oh, please. How would you feel if I asked you your age?
Perfectly fine. It is simply a medical question.
Of course it is. I am old enough to know better.
The answer is 27.
If that's your medical opinion.
For me, jerk. That you look about maybe a steady 32. A very hard 27 perhaps.
A hard 27, a soft 32. Who
Okay.
knows? Maybe I can get a rigid 20.
I see. So these ideas you have.
There is a
Or-
park nearby.
I would love it if you showed it to me. The park, that is, rather than the park sounds good.
Well, you see, it is a walled garden. Very famous in Iceland. Very private.
What is it called?
The Luftgarten.
What does that mean in the Iceland tongue?
The air garden.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
It's a magical place where you feel as though you could just float away.
That makes perfect sense.
Come on, let me go and show it to you.
Lead the way.
And I will indeed lead her to this place which I know of called the Luftgarten.
So you make your way with the blushing doctor to the Luftgarten, which is a sort of gated garden, not unlike something you might think of like a real world Central Park. It is very expensive and leads partially off into the Lee Vault, and it is very well tended to with flowers of varying hues. There is a very fine cobblestone path that winds so in and out around several ponds and small groves. And it's just genuinely a lovely time. You see other people that hail from Russia in the park. And how is it you are walking with Marina? Are you walking like hand in hand, arm in arm?
Hand in hand, of course, raised the courtier's way.
Perfect, gentlemen.
I know
So-
a secluded area. I couldn't help but notice that perhaps your dress is a little tight. Maybe we could loosen it for you.
And again, Marina's friend comes out. Mm-hmm. And she sort of gives you this look, like she doesn't really know how to respond. Then we may as well see to it.
And so we shall.
So you take Marina off to this secluded place, and you loosen her dress up a little bit, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good to fade to black there if you know.
Absolutely. This pen is not here for my safety, not for your safety, but for mine. So we pan back over to sometime. I see you typing down there, Alex. I'm watching you. So we've panned back over to the Baron Ba, where some time has passed, and it doesn't look like Kels or Marina are coming back anytime soon. What are you doing?
Probably discussing what we think they're doing.
No, we're not.
No, you're fucking not. I can tell you that much.
No.
There's no requirement for discussion. We know exactly what's going on.
Derek is going to get back here and be like, "What the hell happened to my game? You turned it into a sex game. You're terrible."
Where would Rhea have gone?
He knew it was coming. Oh, Rhea, shit, yeah.
It's like gone.
Well, she's disappeared before,
To f-
admittedly with wallets, purses, coin.
I don't know about you, but I don't think we can go around asking people if they're missing their wallets. Like, what if they say yes?
Did you see
I-
who took it?
They're
That's
gonna think it
an
was
option.
us. She's probably going to find her brother, maybe.
Yes, that's what concerns me.
Shit. I did tell her roundabout where he was, but I mean, she can't seriously think that she can go find him on her own, right?
Who knows?
I know she's eager to find him, but I don't think she'd be that hasty. There must be some other reason.
Yeah, she's smarter than that.
I guess the only lead we've got at the moment is either we go and find Kells and then go and see Faust, whatever his name was, whatever. Or we just go and see him first.
I will say that upon reiterating his name again, Layla, how much have you been reading the journal of Klaus Lachenstein?
Casually.
Casually.
I
Okay.
feel like I'd be reading it, or she would be reading it, while sitting here at this table. I mean, it may as well.
And over the course of the time you were on the ship, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You do remember actually seeing the name Faust come up before in relation to Lachenstein's journal. And as you do, you begin to remember. You think back on it, and you recall that. Oh, that's great! Just jump me right out of roll 20. That is perfect.
The game
You-
is finding you too meta.
There's a fourth wall and a fourth wall break. That is like 16 walls.
I'm wondering, for my scene, do you want Panache perform or Panache ride?
I'm sure you're
For
perfect.
fuck's sake.
Welcome to the Innuendo Show, a 7C game. So you think back on it. You remember.
Is it not panache and convince maybe?
Oh no, I'm plenty convinced.
Could be Panache theft, I suppose.
That is a private thing I will possibly tell the players, but not to everybody's.
Panache warfare.
We're never gonna see Marina
Sorry.
again after this.
I was going to make a joke about aim, but good lord, people.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm skilled
Anyways.
in that too.
I know you are.
Yeah, that's right. She knows.
I mean, of course, we already determined that you learned to shoot aboard the salty spray. So, anyways, so you remember hearing the name Faust before, and you remember that it comes from Lachenstein's journal.
That doesn't sound like a good thing,
No,
to
it
be
does not.
honest.
You recall it in reference to something called Project Myotis.
I'm assuming I'm like sharing this information with.
If you are, then yes. And you recall that Project Myotis was to create a monster of lore called a vampire.
Oh, good lord.
Great.
But you also read up on Project Sentinel. Project Sentinel was to recreate something that you would know of, especially being from Ison, referred to as a lycanthrope.
The stage just gets worse.
Myotis and Sentinel were these two projects meant to harness a very old and dark part of magic from Ison's history.
I'd just come to terms with people disappearing and reappearing, and now we're talking about mythical creatures. I'm afraid this is way out of my depth.
All storybook stuff. This isn't supposed to happen.
If Layla knows about stuff like that, I'm guessing she's not like she believes in stuff like that. She's not particularly as taken aback as other people would be about it.
Ison has historically been, as far as sorcery is concerned, a very dark place. Monsters do exist, and nothing is truer in Ison. Hexenwerk, the Hexe, originated in Ison. It is one of the darkest forms of sorcery across there.
I come from the worst place.
Depends
you-
on your definition of worse.
Yeah, that's true. Do you not have like legends and stuff where you're from?
Well,
No
we
werewolves
do.
or anything? No.
It's all. It's the stuff they tell children to make them behave. It's not. It's not something that happens to most people.
Yeah, well,
To keep kids out of the woods and
I bet a couple of weeks ago you didn't think people like used their blood to transform and burst into flames and stuff either. But I mean that happened, so I'm pretty open right now to believing pretty much anything.
And Gregory, this would remind you of tales from your home nation of Baba Yaga, an old witch that is said to have promised abilities to particular people in agreement and trade for things of value to them. You know very well that magic exists. But my question for you is, does that play any part into your apprehension around magic?
before the recent events, Grigory has steered well clear of anything to do with magic, any basic level sorcery or common magic tricks, things like that. They've been too close to things that Grigory sort of internally knows you shouldn't play with. It's poking a beast with a stick that is going to bite you at some point. So that's why he took a life at sea, to stay well clear of things that were beyond his level of comprehension. So yes, he's aware that magic potentially exists, and now that's actually confirmed. But a lot of it has just been like old wives' tales and things like that.
So here you are, face to face with the problem that somebody, one Klaus Lockenstein, is playing with magic, in the very dangerous and dark magic at that. So, it draws close on the hour that Faust invited you to go to his place at Vice Street.
Oh, that I am led to my first of 7 free questions.
Yes. What is your question?
Did Una hear anything about the name Faust when she was in the tower, or anything that sounds like it could be related to what Layla had just revealed to her? Maybe something she heard in passing that she didn't pay attention to at the time.
So remember that your questions would have had to be been addressing Phoenix directly,
Okay.
rather than overhearing things.
True.
So I will let you use those as an improvised method. It will take 2 of your questions to answer something in a means other than having interviewed Phoenix directly.
I'm gonna take 2 of my questions then.
Okay? You did overhear something then. You had heard the name Faust before, and you overheard that Faust was doing something. Was like mentioned in a gruff tone by Giovanna. You distinctly recall the conversation between Giovanna and Lockenstein. Well, I would, in fact, be more than happy to have more supplies, my dear, but there is a very big problem. I need particular things that bastard Faust has been stealing from caravans that have been going through the woods. I will find him. I promise. Yes, well, you promise that all the time, but no good is coming of it. So, in that case, I think that we will move on with our other plans. Speak no more of me to Faust unless you are going to do something.
Okay. I'll say he must be stealing something important to what Larkenstein is doing. It didn't seem to be...
You're muted, Alex.
And do we think this theft is to hinder Larkenstein's work?
Well, they were mad about it, so I don't see why not.
Maybe I was hasty.
It's
with
either hindering him or he's erasing him.
Either way.
We should probably go and talk to him at least. But be on our guard, of course.
All right, so the hour draws. And as you get to... where's it you're going to head? Are you going to head directly to Faust, or are you going to try to find... are you going to go try to find Kelsumat?
We'll try to find Kels before we go to Faust.
Okay.
Or at least Una would want to.
Yeah.
So Layla, you remember roughly the direction that they headed to,
Yeah.
that we headed to. You remember it was you would remember it was the restaurant that you had pointed out that was down the street. So you're pretty sure where they were going.
We will go there and have a look and see if they're there. What are we going to say to him? Like, how are we going to explain Rhea not being here?
She snuck off. She does that, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a matter of this time she snuck off magically.
Yeah.
I don't like
No,
this.
no puffs of disappearing. No. Just, we don't know that for certain.
Well, that's true.
Well, let's go find Kels. See if he wants to come on an adventure.
So
I hope Marina isn't mad at you.
Nah.
Maybe you should cool it slightly, just at least not openly hostile.
Very well.
Maybe.
I mean, it's just for the fact that if, you know, if you get hurt or something, you might want her to fix you up, and she might not want to do that if you're mean to her. And you know,
Even if she is
does-
exceptionally suspicious.
I mean, if she does betray us, then we can deal with it then, but don't punish someone for something you don't know they did.
Very well.
she's a very wise girl, that Una. I'm sorry, that is out of character in character. So you make your way to that restaurant. And you actually recognize the girl who is seating people at the restaurant, Layla. She is a girl named Anna. And she sees you and she says, Layla, it's been a very long time. Are you here to eat, or?
We're just here looking for some of our friends. You might have seen them come in. There's a tallish guy with a hairy chest with his shirt undone. It's pretty distinctive. He's with a woman, blonde, quite attractive woman.
Thank you. They left towards they left towards a park. It is called the Luftgarten. I was pretty sure I heard them talking about as they were on their way out.
Thank you. I
Well-
hope you're good and your family are good.
It has been a bit of a recovery from the war, but yes, things are good for now. Yes.
Yeah, it seems to be looking better around here, so that's good.
She nods and says, "Well, take care of yourself out there."
You too.
Danke. And you turn and you head towards the Luftgarten, where, as you make your way in, you actually happen to bump into Kels and Marina.
Well, hello.
You see that Marina's hair is a little bit more tousled. There's a couple things that she is still redoing on, like, closer up towards the top of her dress. And she's sort of giggling a little bit. She says, "I can't believe, really? You couldn't have, like, brought a blanket or something?" But it was, I mean, it almost forgot that there wasn't a blanket. Oh my god, hi, Layla and Gregory and Una. Hi, Kels. Say hi.
Good evening, my friends.
Hi.
Well, don't you look like you ate the bird?
We are just out enjoying the moonlight. Yourselves?
It was not the bird he ate. What? Sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of how nice it is outside.
I'm sure everyone is in a much happier mood now.
Dinner was good. Yes, thank you. It's a very good suggestion.
You're welcome.
Tasted divine.
Kells, Rhea is gone. We don't know where.
Ah, she also found some entertainment this evening.
Possibly.
No,
Probably
We-
relieving people of their wallets.
let's hope so.
I'm gonna
I-
start
There's,
keeping track of her wallet record for how many she stole.
Well, so it's now Buttons and Derek
When we eventually find
Blushing.
her, she's gonna be like
and Wallets.
jingling along whilst trying to drag this money back.
Let us see. I'm gonna lean into Marina and just say, cabin fever. You see, my friends, you cannot get worried every time someone goes missing when we get into port. You know, we've been stuck on a boat together for 5 days. She's probably getting herself a little bit of room.
Morena leans back in quickly and she says, "Considered me pretty well cured. I might need a second dose."
Take 2 daily.
Okay,
Until further
Kels.
notice.
We're gonna meet people. You coming with us or not?
I suppose, Marina, would you like to,
Yeah, great. Both of you, come on.
I
Public
was going-
indecency. They don't like that round here.
they don't have to find out.
It's a very
I
gossipy
assume
town.
that there's nobody else really in the vicinity.
There's some people
If-
walking by. They don't seem to really notice. At least I
Okay.
hope they didn't notice.
I'm.
Pretty
I hope
sure
they
we got
did.
some weird looks from those squirrels, though.
I lean in towards Kels and Marina and I say, "We met a name." Quietly, I say, "We'd have met a fellow by the name of Faust. Seems to be an enemy of our enemy. Possibly a friend, but not necessarily. He would like us to go meet with him. Would you
I
like
nearly
to?"
hit him with a chair.
I
Yeah.
stopped him from the bar fight.
Could have hit him with a chair.
I can see that. The enemy of our
Wait.
enemy is a dancer. And we shall dance the tango.
Not again. You know my footwork's terrible.
I will
That's
teach you how to tango when we're back on the Salty Sprite. But
Kels
we
and
may as
I,
well.
You know how to dance. We've been dancing at court for a while, haven't we?
Indeed.
Marina, I believe you are well trained as well.
In dancing, sometimes I can. I am a better.
More
She is an exquisite dancer, let me tell you.
not what I meant. Not what I meant.
Oh, but it is.
I meant training in court etiquette. Words are escaping me at the moment.
Oh, yeah, I can navigate my way through a situation, yes.
Okay. And if that fails, Layla, you can come up behind him and stab him, and Gregory, you have every chair in the world or in the house to hit him with. In fact, you could use a table if you'd like.
I like that idea. Let's go.
But let's see what he wants first.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
And then the table.
If we feel he needs it. If he shows aggression towards us. But let's not make the first move there.
Okay.
But be ready.
All right then. So, the 5 of you, make your way over to Vice Street, with Layla being able to very easily lead where it goes to. And you come across this very small, this number 3 on Vice Street is this very small, sort of townhouse. It's not exactly run down, but it looks like it has seen better days. Some of the shingling has come loose. The windows are a little bit dirty. But behind the dirty windows, you even see that there are very dark curtains slatted over the windows.
Should we just walk in?
I think we should knock first. I probably.
Why
shouldn't,
don't we split slightly? Go for the sneak team and the brute team again. Although I must admit the brute team does not normally do so well.
In all fairness, that didn't work out too well last time.
I feel like this is not.
Is that how you got him shot?
Oh no, that's how he got himself shot.
Well,
I did
hang
vote.
on.
I did vote to shoot him more, but I did not have my full assessment of the situation.
I don't think I needed to know that.
I have.
Oh wait, something just happened. Hang on a second.
What you have just learned from me, Grigory, is that I have great faith in your constitution.
At least someone does.
Here, we're here. Hello?
Hello.
Wow.
I can't hear anything. What the hell?
Oh no.
Do
Can you hear us now? Can you hear me now?
1 second, having technical difficulties. Talk amongst yourselves.
Can you hear me now?
You see,
I
Grigory,
could do this for like ever.
I was trying to get Ezra to shoot you as a distraction so that we could pounce on him.
I did get shot.
Yes, but I was getting him to shoot you more, or trying to.
Oh.
I was sort of in a chemically induced high, I guess.
Oh.
What did they do to you?
Oh, no, I tasted some of their magic juice.
Why?
Well, you know, when you have mimosa in your hand and a bubbling fluid nearby.
Why?
Well, they were using some sort of thing to transfer the juices from Ezra to the puppet, and I thought, well, I wonder how these taste.
I really feel like that's not what you
Is that not the first thing you think of?
No. It would actually be like the opposite of what I would think of. I would think, you know, there's a bubbling liquid. I probably shouldn't drink this. But
Not
that's just
even
me.
with mimosa?
No, I would drink the mimosa, and then I would smash whatever the liquid had, whatever was holding the liquid.
It was a really good high.
What exactly?
Okay, we're back. Hello. Okay, sorry.
There.
What exactly did I... Sorry?
What happened?
Oh,
You're-
well, I was transported to a magical bedroom somewhere with the Fournier, Mistress Josephine, and myself.
You can stop the story there.
Oh,
I don't need to
yourself.
know anymore. Nope, I don't want to know anymore. Thank you.
Wait, sorry. You did what with yourself?
Nope.
Oh, it was just a dream, Marina.
He was high. He drank bubbling liquid after
Adding mimosa.
seeing it. Oh, so he put a mimosa in bubbling liquid and decided to drink it.
I understood that rule 1 was do not waste mimosa.
Drink the mimosa, smash the liquid. Or the container for the liquid.
That is, you know what? Sorry, this plan you were talking about here. What was it? What was it? Sorry.
Oh, the plan now.
Yes, please. The plan. Yes, that plan, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, we got terribly sidetracked for some reason. We
were-
tend to fixate.
Talking about the
Personally, I prefer a dynamic approach. I think I could, he's gonna sum things up, look for a nearby high building. I could attach a rope here and there, swing across the alcove, smash my way through a window, do a somersault, and land in the main room. With panache.
Or
Now
we could just knock on the door.
I was going to say, did we need to infiltrate this place? I thought he just wanted to like meet
Oh,
us.
this is not infiltration, this is making a good first impression.
I do think that we should be okay just to knock on the door, but maybe if a few of you want to go to the back door and check it out?
I will go to the back door.
How did I know you would automatically go for the back door?
It's a good
In all
option.
fairness, that it makes sense. Not like that. When we were
You're
approached by
muted.
Faust.
I was muted, so you
Okay,
missed.
But we
my
heard
last
you.
comment.
No,
Okay,
we
good.
heard you.
I was going to get frustrated then. It makes sense because when we were approached by Faust, Kells and Marina weren't there. So he's therefore not expecting them. Maybe.
He didn't know who you were.
In all fairness, everyone knows who you are, so that actually plays to our advantage.
Well, he didn't know who you were. So he obviously doesn't know everything.
Unless he was pretending.
Mm.
So what is it do you guys want to do?
I will split off and head around the back.
Okay, so you split off and head around the back. Are you going to leave the beautiful doctor who is at your side? Are you going to leave her up front, or are you going to take her around the back with you?
I do not wish to presume the actions of my my companions. It is up to her.
All right. So as you go around to the back, she stops you and says, "So, what is your plan when you get to the back door? Are you just going to go right in, or are you going to try to sort of take your time with it? Because if you just go rushing right in, someone could get hurt."
Oh no, I will not go rushing straight in. I will take my time, I will make some preparations, and then I will make a dramatic entrance.
Okay, but just remember, just take it easy. Don't do anything that would, you're not going to go burst into the door. You don't want to blow it off its hinges. Just be smooth about it.
Yes, I remember. Exercise restraint.
Usually pretty good when you're going to just start knocking on somebody's back door all of a sudden. It is just take your time with it.
Yes. Lots of careful planning.
Usually. Careful planning usually means less cleanup after.
Usually. Not always.
Matt
just-
is going to have such fun recapping this.
This is the best.
Hello and welcome to Innuendo. It is a 7C game. So, Marina and Kels go around the back. And there is indeed a back door. You see that there is, from the window, there's more curtains, but you can kind of just barely make out what appears to be in the kitchen in the back.
Okay. I have no intention of going through the back door, so we might want to go across to the other group, and I'll come up with a quick plan.
All right, I will leave you to it. So the three of you are left standing there in front as Marina and Kels go around to the back.
Bruno will confidently walk up to the front door and give it a nice.
As Uno does that, I sort of just lean over and quietly say, I really hope they can actually be trusted to, keep focused. We know what he's like.
Marina has a good head on her shoulders. She won't let him distract her too much.
So as you knock on the door opens ajar a little bit. And you see the cyan eyes that you saw in the tavern peer around at you.
Ah. For a moment there, I did not think you were going to show up.
He says,
You have piqued my interest. May we come in?
"Good." He opens the door all the way.
Please, come in.
She looks very carefully at the entrance before actually taking a step in. Like she wants to look the entrance and everything around him, behind him that she can before she actually walks through the door.
It is a simple foyer that leads past him a little bit. It's very dark in there, only lit mostly by candelabras hanging on the wall that are burning very low. There is a small table with a collection of small framed portraits sitting on it immediately behind him. It looks just about narrow enough for one person to go through. With a door you see immediately on your left, and then another one farther down on the right, and then there's another couple doors farther in the back, but it seems to be just a normal hallway.
Okay. I'll step through after giving Layla and Gregory just a look and kind of taking a big breath.
All right, as you walk in, the smell of sort of like, it almost smells like a library in here. It smells sort of older, a little bit more dusty, like a collection of like old, like musty books. And he says, I will be taking you here into this room. He gestures to the door immediately on his left.
After you.
He nods and he makes his way into that room. And who goes in after Una?
I think I'll follow somehow. Gregory's going to be very, very hunched and sort of squished in, trying to fit down this hallway.
Yeah,
and then he's probably going to have to duck to get into the room itself.
very much so. It's as you're hunching, you feel yourself like just barely dragging your shoulders across the walls. There's a rather uncomfortable squeeze, but you do just barely able to make your way through without knocking anything over. And then, then Layla enters in without issue afterwards. Faust makes his way to a large upholstered chair towards the back corner of the room near a fireplace that just has a few embers crackling and burning in it. The smell of the fireplace is very faint. You can smell the wood burning, but fortunately, it doesn't seem like the chimney is blocked up. In this room, the scent of the fireplace masks the musty smell of all the books that line the walls here in this room. He gestures to a few chairs. One part is like a sofa or a divan, and then a couple other smaller, not as high-backed chairs.
Please, I recommend you sit down.
I will find a place next to the wall and stand arms crossed, exactly how I did at Castle Greystone.
Okay. So you do. Faust's eyes immediately move to watch where Gregory and Layla sit in the room.
I think Gregory's going to take the divan.
Okay. You just
all of it.
Exactly. You sit on the divan, and you take up a good portion of it. Layla, there's a couple empty chairs for you to sit in.
Thank you. She sits on the one closest to the escape.
Okay, you'd sit one in nearest the door. So, would you like to tell me why you smell so much like Ezra Wells?
Like to tell me why you can smell Ezra Wells on me?
Why is everyone's sense of smell so good?
I don't know.
The only thing I can smell is books.
Because, and it is a very astute observation you have made, I have filled this place with as many old books as I can to drown out the smell of the city around me. Tell me, What do you know of Klaus Lachenstein?
I know that I'm going to kill him.
Not if I do first.
Not a fan, I see.
No! As he opens his mouth and yells this no at you, you notice that there are 2 elongated canines in his mouth. I will rip Lachenstein limb from limb for what he did to me.
Huh. So we have similar goals.
Yes, it appears that we do. Now, I have invited you here, so that way we might discuss how we can best work together.
Well, if that's the case, Gregory stands up and walks out of the door. Walks out the front door and then round the house to retrieve the other 2.
Okay, so as Gregory makes his way back there, what does he see?
Kells has immediately okay, we might have to do some point buying for this because there's going to be a lot of bullshit I'm going to try and pull here.
I am always expecting it, my dear.
So Kells will have gained a length of rope and a grappling hook.
That is how you get into my house, yes?
Yes, it is. He will toss this up onto the top of the roof somehow, and he'll be climbing up the windows to try and figure out which window is where all the action is going on.
Okay. All right.
And Gregory comes just to that moment as he looks.
Pretty much.
Oh
yeah.
no! I've got a much better moment in just a couple of seconds. If you give it to me.
Perfect. So yeah, you do find a window that you can pry open on the second floor.
I'm not looking to pry it open. I'm looking to find out where the action is. Where can I hear the voices?
You hear it coming towards the front of the house.
But I can work out which floor.
Yeah, it seems like the first floor.
First floor, perfect. So
Yeah.
I'll mark the rope, where the first floor window is at exactly that length.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna climb to the roof. And that'll be when Gregory comes around as I'm holding onto the rope at the length where the window is.
So as you hear Marina whispering to you as you're doing this, Kels, what are you doing?
Do not worry, trust me. I do this all the time.
So, all right. So you make your way to the top of the roof. There is definitely a window from the side that you can kind of swing. If it is what you're doing.
Okay, my plan at this point is to jump from the roof forwards, holding onto the rope at the right length, and then swing in through the glass.
I am going to need.
I can't stop that.
I'm going to need an athletics panache roll, please.
An athletics panache. Funnily enough, I already have panache on my athletics.
How did I know?
Da-da-da-da.
Let's see what we got here. Holy crap. Okay. So you're going to want to turn those into raises by combining them. That looks
That's
like
5. That's exactly 5, I think.
It
No, it's
is.
not.
Wow.
No.
It is.
No, it's
It
4.9. 4.1.
What?
10, 20, 30,
Right.
49.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you have to have 4 raises. So one
Well,
for this.
I have 3 points in athletics, so I'll re-roll the 1. Okay, I have 5 raises.
All right, excellent. So I'll say that it takes 1 to basically do the swinging at the right length, 2 to avoid the wounds. There is an opportunity I think you could probably take. I will let you, without any issue, as you take this opportunity, to have the perfect landing, however so you choose, as you make your way inside the scene. And the last phrase is whatever single flare that you feel like applying to it.
Fantastic. Okay,
Do a
brilliant.
flip.
So, Oh yeah. So I heard the noise was coming from the front of the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to smash through the glass feet first, hit the floor, slide through the building towards the front of the house, and then flip into the room.
All right, so
I am here.
so so Gregory, as you go back around, you see Marina standing there, looking up at a nearby roof, and as your eyesight turns to see, you only see a blur. You only see a blur of leather pants, a blouse, and chest hair as it swings by you, crashes through the window, and as it just swings through, smashes. You hear Kels go streaking, his boots leaving these very deep, black, rubbery skid marks on the bottom of on the floor. This very, very polished wooden floor. As Layla and Una, you hear this sort of skidding, squeaking sound as Kel slowly approaches towards the door. And what is it? What is it you do when you reach the doorway?
I will stand. I mean, if I'm coming slowly, I don't think there's room for a flip in there. Maybe
you
I
could.
maybe. Oh, I could do a flip. I'll do a flip
Yeah.
and draw my rapier.
Okay.
Never fear, my friends. I am here.
It's good to know you're always at the rescue.
It takes a
I've
good
done this
like
last
30,
time.
35 seconds for Gregory to walk back round through the door. I'm sorry, I tried to stop him.
Marina follows you back in. Faust, still sitting in his chair, says,
I was wondering why the smell of sex was waiting around the back of my house.
Yes,
And
I have
now-
been told that is my usual cologne.
Lovely. You,
Irresistible. No.
Are you trying to gain hero points?
I've reread the rulebooks. There's many more ways I can get hero points.
yes, there are. So
Oh dear.
Faust says,
a certain type of irresistible that I don't think you fully comprehend.
Get in there.
Yeah, no, Kells doesn't understand what he's talking about, so he's just going to take that as a straight up compliment and be like, nah, you too can have your turn, my friend.
Kels, I don't think you want to go there.
hi,
Trust me.
I'm Marina, that's Kels.
Yes, about introductions. I have still not heard your companions' names.
He says as he gestures to Gregory and to Layla.
Layla.
Gregory.
But together we are the crew of the Salty Spray.
Then that makes you Kelsamat, no?
Tell me, what gave me away?
Your reputation precedes, my friend.
Yes,
Criminal damage.
and the stench of carnal hedonism gave you away before you even slid in here.
Oh,
And
oh,
that.
hang on, say that for me one more time.
I will spare you the luxury of your nervous system being fired again. We have work to do.
No, Kels, not that kind.
Oh, sorry.
You speak of scents. You say that I smell like Ezra, and you would be correct. I spent 5 days at his keep.
Not his keep. If you are an Ison, you are not in Ezra Wells. How would you say? Headquarters? No. Ezra Wells moves around like a leaf on the wind. Greystone Keep is Larkenstein's headquarters. And you smell like the... You smell like the old, dusty tomb that it is.
I can't deny that's what it is. No one there seems to be really alive, anyways.
In a
What
sense,
did you steal from that caravan?
I've stolen many things. I have relieved them of several resources.
Well, they're definitely not happy with you.
No, I doubt they would be. Are you going to stand there with your sword drawn all night, or are you going to have a seat, Mr. Samat?
I'm quite used to having my sword out, but I guess I can sheath it for you. You seem uncomfortable. Come, relax. We are in your home. Let us enjoy some wine.
Don't relax too much.
I do not have any wine, I'm afraid.
Oh, this is not your home?
This is my home, but I do not keep wine.
What person has a home without any wine? Oh, you are a rum drinker.
Just say
Ah!
yes. Please just say
Eisen!
yes.
Beer, of course, beer.
Yes.
I am not from Eisen. I'm from a small village in the Sarmatian Commons. I was displaced here.
Displaced.
Yes.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Marina steps forward. I am very sorry. He is a very sweet person. When you get to know him, you got to give him like about another 72 hours before he really starts to grow on you.
Very, actually, unfortunately, very true. I don't understand it.
Escape what you can before you know it. You'll want to be his friend and throw bottles with him and sing songs and drink drinks on his weird ship.
He sort of has a sense of being irresistible, so to speak.
Whatever it is. No, I do not have any wine here that I keep.
Okay. I'll reach into my back pocket and just produce a small thing of rum. I bought my own.
You probably just wait.
Wait?
Yeah. Let's have our meeting first, and then we'll drink.
Faust turns to Gregory and says,
You, how are your wounds healing? Good. I do not need them reopening while you are here.
No, there'll be no problem there.
I made sure they were very well sutured.
By the way, I just commanded Kels to do something, so I'm activating my virtue of the Emperor. So you need to give a hero point to all other heroes in the scene.
All right, then you get your hero points again, I guess. Looks like somebody has been doing their homework.
I wonder how many hero points we can get by the end of this campaign.
Oh, I read ahead in Derek's notes. There is going to be a lot of things that are going to make you have to use them.
It's cool. I also get hero points for resolving conflicts with violence, and I also get hero points for solving conflicts without violence.
So do I. And for investigating unusual or dangerous stuff like this house we're investigating right now.
You're not quite investigating it just yet. Hold your horses.
I will be.
I realized I can get I get a with my Jenny background, I get a hero point every time I resolve a conflict with seduction.
Yep.
Which is
Well, he's
basically
going to be
all the time.
drowning in hero points.
Yeah, I probably do need like 10 extra, but still.
I tell you what, I will give you. We'll do
No,
this
no, no.
retroactively after.
What happens
but
happens.
We are
We're
about.
finally getting used to the system, so sorry.
Good. No, it is perfectly fine. We are at about halfway through our stream for the evening, so we may as well take it to our 5-minute break, if that is all right.
Indeed.
I need to make coffee.
Before we turn it over to Faust and all the scary things he has to say, and him being like really generally creepy. But yeah, so we're going to take a 5-minute break. Feel free to get up and do what you have to. Chat if you have any questions, or myself. or any of the characters or cast members or Kells or his chest hair, feel free to go ahead and ask those. But yeah, go ahead, feel free to take a 5-minute break. We will be here answering questions and just hanging out because that is what we do, because we're cool.
So, my friends, I have a question for the rest of the crew. How is it putting up with Kel's bullshit?
Wonderful.
It's quite endearing.
It's difficult.
I was watching a lot of Derek's performance earlier in the campaign, and it looks like it's gotten a lot easier over time.
That's how it works. It gets under your skin.
Yeah, it takes about a solid 72 hours to adjust to it.
Layla loves it.
And after that, you're hooked.
I love it. It reminds me of humor in war zones.
Absolutely, it has to be a dark humor.
Yep. See? Love it.
Potato Hollow, do you have a question for Kel's chat there? Is there something? I see you asking in chat, so you may as well say it. Speak now or forever hold Kel's peace. What?
2 hands, though. 2 hands.
So yeah, I spent a little bit of time going through the character sheet, and I'm... What were we supposed to upgrade this week? That was my main question.
Oh, you were going to get something like a 3-point advantage, up to a 3-point advantage. So you have 3 points for advantages, and you're going to get 2 skill point increases.
Hey mate. 3 points for advantages.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get a new advantage.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Which we will instate. Oh, that's a great question. Thank you, Gemson. Is there any scenario that Kels can't turn into a sexual advance?
No.
It could literally be.
Look at
least
even
a
his
different
thinking
Reaper.
pose is
Yeah.
sexual.
It is.
That's just
Well,
Scrat's thinking pose.
Wow, you learn
Anyway.
something new about yourself every day.
Right.
No, I think he genuinely, that's his go-to. You know, he has a brand.
So let's see. Funeral.
I mean, widows.
Okay. What about surgery?
We've already done that one.
Oh, that's right. We have. What about the awkward situation, like when you're in like a porta potty and then someone is like knocking on the door and you're like, "Oh, hang on a second, I'm in here."
Would you like to join me?
Okay. Yep. All right. Yep. Apparently, Gemsong, there is no situation that he can't make into a sexual advance. Potato Hollow, keep going ahead. I'm sure you'll think of a question for his chest hair sooner or later.
Does
Oh,
Kellis have
okay.
a name for his rapier?
Ooh,
No,
that's-
at this time he does not. Although maybe he should come up with one. He may name the pistol that resides in his pants.
See
Does
here.
Kel's condition his chest hair?
Ooh, that is a good question.
I do not think he does. He lets the rugged sea condition it for him. It's why it's so curly and thick. What about the heat of battle? Literally did seduce a soldier on the battlefield not so long ago.
That was right. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is something that happened.
Grabbed a grenade, lit a cigarette with it. Right.
It was really sexy.
Yeah.
It's working well for him.
Well, Mad Rogue, you're going to have to go back and watch episode 5, I think it was. It was either for episode 4 or episode 5.
Yep, and
Yeah.
you'll see exactly how he can do that.
I believe we were fencing, and I was comparing it to dancing, and then we sort of,
One thing led to another. How thick
Genitaling.
is how thick is Kel's chest hair?
shag pile rugs.
Oh, Jesus. So my question is, for you guys, how would you compare my DM style to Derek's? Like, mine's probably better, right? Like a little bit more, like, it's cuter, it's a little bit more charming.
There's no comparison.
I can't tell you because he's my friend. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'll.
You're great. You're better.
He's not gonna watch the VOD. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna go watch the VOD.
Yeah, he's
Because-
very lazy in that way.
You should come back.
He really.
Maybe he can do a half and half, like if it turns around.
I'm pretty sure even if you
Marina? Derek.
even if you like asked him to like go back and watch the VOD, he probably wouldn't, even though like it'd help him remember place names and character names and all the other shit that he said. He probably is not going to go back.
For my new thing, can I have the advantage of quick reflexes? I can choose one skill, and I always take actions as if I had an additional raise with that skill, and I would almost certainly go for perform.
That is pretty fair. Yeah, that is something that you can totally do.
Yay!
I'm gonna have to have a look now at.
And then what was it? 2 skill points you can increase.
Yep, that is correct. 2
Can
skills.
they both be the same one?
You know what? Because we're probably not going to have another advancement before the final episode, I'm gonna say, yeah, go ahead. And if Derek regrets it, fuck it. He wasn't here today, anyways.
I am
It's not his fault.
sure you will not regret this.
Nope. Nope, there's nothing wrong about 15s making 2 raises.
So what is it? We get 1 advantage.
And 10s explode.
Yep. How many bottles of alcohol does Kels keep on his person?
Only one little one in his trousers and one regular size one in his vest.
Just next to the pistol.
No, it's actually towards his ass.
Oh. The more you
The-
know.
Gemsong, that is a really good point that I'm going to make Derek's job harder. That is entirely why I'm here today. He was going to... Go ahead.
No, you.
I was going to say he was going to ask Phoenix to DM, but then like I told him like, no, if Phoenix was here, everybody's gonna die, and then we have to fill like 4 episodes. It's
Mm. Yes, no, but I keep the rum towards the ass because then it is the rumbaba.
Oh, for fuck's Smooth.
If we had the Explorer advantage, which says you earn a hero point when you set your eyes upon a sight few, if any Theans have ever seen before, does that count when I see people like, disappear in a batch of blood or set themselves alight and stuff?
I'm going to say, well, so the whole blood thing, that is pretty common in Montana nobility. The fire thing, that would have been pretty something. But
You also only get it once.
I just want to test out a quick formula.
I'm just looking for ideas.
Are you looking in the backgrounds or are you looking at advantages? Because Explorer sounds like a background.
It is probably a background that I'm looking at.
Because these are way to use your hero points and stuff like that. They're not really going to be something that gives you one. How many hero
You're
points
right,
can
I was
Kels
looking
theor-
at the wrong one. I'm
Hmm.
sad now, I should have got that.
How many hero points can Kels theoretically get in a single scene? He can get his... I am not going to say that.
Oh no, I think you should.
I was going to say he gets one for every millimeter.
Hi, Aris.
And now that we are back,
Like
I missed something. What did I miss? Damn it.
No,
Kels gets a
fine.
hero point for every millimeter.
I'll watch the VOD.
It's okay, I rolled for it. I didn't roll for it, I was just testing roll.
I was gonna say, let me check.
roll a d4, please.
How many advantage points do we get? 3.
3. You have 3 to work with when we get there, but it's no rush right now.
What?
So
I feel okay. I missed.
He's
so
okay.
much, I'm sorry.
no, you're fine.
Just talking about Kel's chest hair and stuff. It's okay.
Yeah, to like if he conditions it, if you can make anything a sexual advance, that is okay. So basically, getting back in, you sit in this room with Faust.
So, I imagine you have many questions you want to ask me. Please, be my guest.
Gregory looks around the room and I'm slightly puzzled. He's never actually been anywhere with this amount of books. What? Why so many books?
To drown out the smell of Versha around me.
Could you not use incense or?
There is a particular scent I am looking to cancel out. And this one I find to be the most distracting.
You are muted, Una.
Not. I was just quiet. Is it not?
I can hear you now.
Okay. I
Can
was
you
not
listen?
muted.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard. What smell would that be?
Faust looks like he begins to sort of look away from you.
The scent of human blood.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What?
The scent of human blood.
That would be a very understandable smell to want to cover.
I mean, it is not the worst smell, kind of coppery, metallic. I only imagine you would want to cover it if you found it particularly enticing.
Yes. Enticing would be the word I would use, yes.
Tell me, you can smell very well. How good is your hearing?
Exception.
So it wouldn't be any good if we turned to whisper to each other quickly.
I would more than likely hear it.
Why are your teeth pointy? I really wanted to ask you politely, but there's not a polite way to ask that, so I thought I'd just...
Larkenstein did this to me.
That explains a lot.
A mixture of alchemy and Hexenberg. He created me. A monster. Not his only monster, and certainly not his last.
I mean, you could always turn it to your advantage, you know. This will give you a certain amount of power. You could almost certainly use this to woo. There's great tales about it.
I'm sorry, that last part, what is it?
Woo.
The lady.
Not everyone thinks with that other head.
As you say that, you think that I would want something like that? Of this curse?
Well, why not? Anything that gives you an advantage, no?
And in a moment, Faust,
There's this sort of strange wavering in his form, and in a moment, he has Kells by the throat, lifted partially off the ground. It is like he was in his chair 1 second and across the room to Kells in a matter of a blink.
you think I should use this to manipulate mortals around me?
He is
You
not
think you
joking.
don't?
I have been resisting every urge I can. You do not know what it is like. You do not want power like this.
Want, no, but resisting urges is not healthy. You'll only do damage to yourself in the long run. I never resist urges.
Maybe you should.
Faust sets you down.
Grigory looks to Una. Now?
No.
Faust,
was
let's
proving
go,
a point.
Kells.
I am not a monster. I am trying not to be a monster. And if you want to continue to see me not be a monster, I will recommend that you keep your comments about a life you could not understand to yourself.
Anyway, moving swiftly on from that conversation, what do you want us to do?
In a waver, Faust turns his back and he is sitting back in the chair.
That's a really neat trick.
Up for.
It comes with being a monster. I want you to help me destroy Lockenstein and Greystone Tower.
And we will. Now,
Gladly.
do you know the most effective thing we can do to at least delay anything he might have going right now?
I do not know Lockenstein's plans. All I know is I want him dead. And I can only continue to fuck with his plans as much as I can. They've stopped the caravan of resources.
What resources? What is it that they're transferring?
If you want to find out more, you're going to have to begin rolling things, my friends. We have now entered the dramatic secret. The dramatic sequence with you and Faust. So if anybody would like to influence the scene, go ahead and pick your approach.
I don't imagine anything Grigory's got going on is going to be of any use. He has the intellect of a small mushroom.
You were pretty good at notice. Notice I happened to see in that one game that you that one episode you were in.
Una's
That was
going...
me.
Una's going to focus on trying to use her empathy to kind of appeal to his want to become better. I'm not sure if so. She's essentially going to try to work with him.
Okay. Empathy and wits or resolve, I think, would be good.
We'll do resolve.
Kels, how do you want to continue? He noticeably did not hurt you when he picked you up. It looked like he was giving you plenty of air to be able to breathe. More making a show of his strength and speed.
Yes, indeed. Which has only inspired Kels. Kels believes that this creature is resisting the urge to be passionate with people for fear of giving into bloodshed. So he will be using Panache Tempt to try and tempt him.
Okay, so I'm just going to point out there's that look on Derek's face every time. I just got it. Okay, continue. That's great.
So quick question about the new character sheets.
Yes.
I wanted to go ahead and use 2 hero points to add.
Mm-hmm.
So I would do empathy, resolve,
Mm-hmm.
and then the extra die, or
Yep, and you would use, so you can do a +3, +4. It'll be right there up at the top,
oh, okay. I'll do the +3 then.
depending on how much you want to do.
Well, I wanted to do +2. But
Okay.
Skirt, I'll do +3 because that's already up there.
Alrighty then. And Layla, do you have an approach you would like to take?
How long's he been in Eisen?
He has not said.
I think Layla's just kind of gonna talk to him. I'm assuming being in Eisen, he's gonna know about the war and about what's happened, and just kind of say to him that she was involved in the war and she's done some horrible bloodshed things that she wishes she hadn't done, but she's making a conscious decision not to be that way, and that she thinks that anyone can make that decision should they want to.
Okay, so it sounds to me like an empathy as well, if you want to use empathy and resolve.
Yeah, not that my empathy is very good, but yeah.
Alright. Gregory, is there a type of thing you'd like to do?
Yeah, I think it's going to be more of an empathy. Oh, bloody cat hair. going to be more of an empathy. Empathy what? Empathy resolve maybe?
Okay.
Just to try and find some common ground. Not that he's really got a great deal with.
Okay. So far it looks like I got to write this down. Where the hell did Derek keep all his notes? That bastard. 1 second. Okay. That is a birthday card.
Character sheet thing.
So you're going to click on the one that you need to use. So it's like, so if you open it up, it'll say something like, if you want empathy, you're going to click on that little drop-down box, and then you're going to check the one that you are using. So for your case, it's going to be wit, so resolve. And then you can put in an extra dice if you are going to use it, or something like that. But yes.
I've got 3 in resolve. Can I reroll one?
Yes, you can.
How do I do that?
So there is like
I
a
have
reroll button.
that too.
It as was at the top, but it's okay. You can just roll an extra 1d10 and replace your 1 with it.
I hope you don't mind. I've written out a formula to do the exploding dice, the divided by 7.5, and the extra 1, and dropping the reroll for me.
Okay, that sounds great. I do want to point out, by the way, you can only re-roll things if you have ranked in that skill. So empathy is a skill. So sadly, Jay, you're going to have to keep
Oh,
the one
never
you have.
mind.
Yeah, it is in the skill, not the attributes.
Sad
Gotcha.
times.
Right? It's fine. It wouldn't help me anyways.
Okay, so I click there. Hey, that's cool. So
That looks like 2 raises for you,
2,
Alex.
yeah, which is fair.
Okay.
I had 3.
I got
Okay. All right. I got a rock. And Kels, what did you get?
10.86 raises.
What the actual? Okay. Um.
How?
I have 5 in panache. I have 5 in tempt. That's 10. I rolled an additional 1 and dropped lowest, so that will count as my re-roll. That's 11 d10 drop 1. I got a 10 in that, which exploded because I've got 5 points in tempt. And I divide by
Maxed like you, jeez.
and I divide by 7.5 because I've got rank 5 in tempt.
Yep. That is okay. Good lord. All right. That is great. That is Derek's problem, not Marina's. So, anyways, so that being said, who wants to say or do what first?
Oh, I had asked a question. What did I ask? Oh, what would be the most effective step for us to corrupt his plans? No, you already said that, didn't? I don't remember what I asked.
You would ask what exactly is the resource.
Oh, what is the resource? Thank you. My memory is terrible.
All right, so that for one of your raises.
Oh, I would have definitely asked that. Yeah.
People from varying backgrounds. From anything to his personal soldiers to his guinea pigs. I destroyed them. Every single one I could find.
Well, that answers my next question. Can you get through the forest safely? Can you get us through the forest safely?
I could, yes.
Because we do want to destroy this.
By what means do you plan on destroying Greystone Tower. You're going to need gunpowder. You're going to need varying tools that you might not have. Unless, of course, you can scrap them together with what mishmash of things that Lockenstein has.
Well, Kels, how much gunpowder do you have aboard your ship?
Gunpowder.
32 barrels.
Oh, thank you, Gregory. You mean they're not all full of rum? What on earth is this?
Those are the other barrels.
So, 32 barrels of gunpowder. Let's see.
Judging by your description of the tower, it's not anywhere near enough.
No, it's not. It's a very sturdy tower. I don't think
Make a
that-
hole.
It would be annoying.
Perhaps we could rent the basement for storage. And fill the basement with gunpowder and then blow up the basement.
I don't think that he will rent us the basement.
I love the idea though.
No,
It's a
but
great idea.
I think, Monsieur Faust, I think that you are holding back on us. I think by resisting these urges, you are keeping the beast at bay, a beast which could be well used against our enemies.
And what do you suggest I do, Senor Samat?
The same thing I always suggest people do. Forgive your inhibitions. Give in to your urges.
I really don't.
Go ahead and spend me that raise, please.
Sure, you can have a raise.
If you want to convince Faust to use his full strength to help you.
Yes.
Fine. I will indulge, but it is going to require something messy.
Let's face it, at this point, messy is what we do.
That's pretty much one of the best sayings on the Salty Spray.
I was just lucky that
Badly.
Marina says, I was just lucky that it was not more of a messy time. I'm the salty spray. That is not unrelated to anything else today.
Una leans over and says, he can smell you too. Sorry.
As this bit of the conversation's going on, Grigory's going to get up and walk over to the fire. And no, there's no euphemism before anyone jumps to it. He's going to stoke the fire.
Okay. To do what? You're just stoking the fire or just...
Just to, A, warm things up a bit. The fire's going out. But B, some of the old wives' tales about, things that go bump in the night. Fire was always one of those things that would aid travelers in warding off evil. So Gregory is going to maybe throw some more coal on the fire as well, and just see what Faust's reaction is to that.
How many raises is it that you have?
A whole 2.
Can we
Seeing as
lend raises? Can I give him a raise?
You'd have to spend hero points at the beginning of the dramatic sequence. I will say it'll take 2 of your, in order to, rather than to do this to because you're improvising from your original plan. it will
Yep,
take
which
two
is fine.
As you stoke the fire and it burns hotter, you note Faust leans back more in his chair, seemingly away from the fire further. You see him turn his cheek a little bit, almost like he can feel the hot air right against his skin.
That would be enough with the flames, I think. It's plenty warm in here.
Just wanted to prove a point.
And what point
So-
would that?
Well, when I was young, all that time ago, there were tales that used to be told in the orphanage. Tales about creatures in the night, and how fire was seen as one of the redeeming items that could ward off evil. Your reaction to it furthers my hope in
Looks like we got a new
a way to get the upper hand. So, we have gunpowder. It isn't enough to take down the tower. It's enough to start a fire.
Yes. And I am not sure what. But Larkenstein is one of these creatures of the night himself. I should know. I tore his armor off one day. And last time you saw him, how many arms did he have?
Well, that's interesting.
Didn't I tear one off as well?
No, you I
Can't
believe
remember.
you had broken Quark's leg at one point.
Oh, yeah.
But you had also seen when Lachenstein was taking Una away, he had one gun pointed at her temple and one pointed at you, meaning he has two arms.
Well, he definitely had two last time I saw him.
Intriguing, isn't it?
So he must be absolutely killed, not just fatally injured, or what would be fatally injured.
Yes, he is a monstrosity himself.
Are there
And
any?
that and I was going to say, Layla, you remember perusing the journal. You remember something, an ongoing project that is not completely well documented in the journal, called Project Preservation. And Lachenstein often refers to it, saying that the Preservation Project allowed him to do something new today and experiment in a way like moving equipment and things in ways that he did not expect.
Can I ask him if
Sure.
if he knows anything about this? Has he heard about it before?
Lachenstein gives his experiments a smattering of names because he considers himself to be an artist.
Not what I would call him, but sure.
I do not know what this Project Preservation is. No.
Do you know what any of his other projects were?
There's going to be a race, please.
Okay.
I do. And it was one of the few, even in my prime condition, that could pose a proper threat to me. There was a boy, or at least he was when he got there. One that they called Jeremy.
I met
Big-
him.
The gifts that Lachenstein gave to him were enough to outdo mine,
Doesn't that mean he could outdo Lockenstein?
potentially.
We might have a way to pull him round to our side.
Good luck. He has been nothing but silent and loyal for the entirety of my time here.
I've gotten him talking just a little bit, though I know someone who might be able to persuade him fully.
Well then, in that case, I would congratulate you.
Well, I said might, not would. I would like to use another one of my questions because I feel like it's something that would ask straight on one day at breakfast or lunch if Ezra was talking about any objects in the room or anything like that. Una would say, "Now tell me, Ezra, what's your most prized possession here?"
My most prized possession? I'm... Curious question. Are you breaking the ice?
Well, I must get to know you. What do you hold dear?
Lovely question. I've never been a material person, no. I value my friends, my connections. You remember him saying, he said something along the lines of, material possessions are not entirely what the world should run on. In fact, it is the bonds that we create with people, the alliances and enemies we create along the way. That is what gives me most true meaning. But I can't fault you there. That is the noble in you speaking, thinking that I can possibly be swayed by something material. We will wash you of those thoughts yet.
It's a very interesting answer. One that I did not expect from you.
I am a reformed and refined man.
Of course.
As you think back on it, your attention turning back to the creature sitting in front of you.
Well, if there's one thing that I learned about Ezra Wells while I was there in that stinking, rotting place, it's that he values people above anything. So you've been doing a good job, so far at least, taking out the things that he wants. If he's calling them to him, then obviously they're valuable. So, well done on you.
You notice there looks to be a sort of look of guilt on Faust's face when you say that.
Why so sad, Faust?
There'll be a raise, please.
Yep, you got me. I'm down to 1.
They were not all wretches like him. Larkenstein has begun purporting himself to be a healer, a man of medicine. So to cure them, I would listen. I would find those that would want him to heal them. I couldn't let them become monsters like me. So I did as monsters do. I am the monster in the woods.
She looks at him with obvious sadness on her face and says, "You poor man. We will make this right in some way."
You can do that by finding a means to end my existence. after this is over.
When we have destroyed them, we will destroy you too,
Good.
as repayment.
Do not spare me the pain. God has judgment for me yet, but don't take away the judgment of the world from me, Unanik Mob. I shall suffer pain 1,000 times over to atone for my sins.
As will we all. So, to stop him, we need to stop the people. Well, we can start rumors that Largenstein is a fraud and that he is killing people. That may help others from looking towards him. Kels, Marina, though that seems like it would be a good place for you, Bert. As a doctor, you would know, Marina.
I could-
Kels, you talk to everybody.
I could begin offering my services. It would possibly divert them away from going to Larkenstein, yes?
You might also help the people of this town. Nothing else for a little while we're here.
You're right, I should do that. This is very smart of you. Kels, my dear, out of character, but still me. Hi.
Hi.
You're sitting on a bunch of raises. Are you thinking of doing anything with those?
Honestly, I just wanted him to stop holding back and maybe drink some blood, you know. Be a
Gotcha.
full vampire, so he can, you know, fuck things up for our big bad evil guy. I wasn't expecting it to be a one raise thing, you know. I thought it would take a bit more than one raise. So when he was like, "Hey, okay, I'll do it," I was like, "Oh, shit."
Our
That's all I
ears.
needed.
But there is an opportunity. So,
Tell me more.
Klaus' eyes move back to you, Kels.
You, Samat,
Bow.
you have convinced me. No. Tempted me. And now I will offer you temptation in return.
Be careful. I cannot resist temptation. It is what makes me irresistible.
Good. Because I have certain knowledge that could help you. Specifically you.
If it's about being a better captain, he needs every bit of help.
It will be a raise for him to continue.
Go on.
Larkenstein tried to create others like me with my blood. And he almost succeeded. I stole his notes and experimented myself. But after the first time, guilt overcame me. But I could instead make you like me.
You see now, in the stories I have heard of the vampires, they have
Don't
much...
use that word with me.
Oh. I'm sorry, I did not realize you were so sensitive. Since I cannot compare them to the V-words, perhaps you could give me a little more information about yourself. One does not want to go into this sort of agreement blindly.
Sunlight burns, yes, but it does not kill us. The only thing that truly hurts us is other magics.
Now, whilst weaknesses are a terrible thing, I do not mind being a creature of a night for that reason. No, I am thinking more... You seem more scary than charming to me.
It is simply the face I am allowing you to see.
I understand that they have powers of great charm, no? Being able to enthrall people, charm them.
I could if I so choose. There is a particular.
And in another moment, Faust disappears from his chair again, standing behind Lorena. And you hear his voice suddenly change, echoing.
I can manipulate them, you see. Marina.
And Marina turns her head to him.
Be a dear. And sit down, will you? In my chair, get nice and comfortable.
And Marina, like a marionette, walks over to the chair and sits down.
There are many powers you can command, Samat. That being one of them. But you must be aware there is a great toll to being like me.
What is that great toll?
Living with yourself. You will be compelled to do things. You will be compelled to hurt people. Tell me, do you care for her?
He says as he gestures towards Marina, who is sitting there, a very pleasant smile on her face, just waiting for Faust to speak again.
I care for her, yes, but no less than for anyone else. I care for everyone.
Then perhaps my gift is not right for you. In order to truly embrace its strength, you are going to have to give it the temptation, just as you told me to do.
I am always for giving in to temptations. Tell me, there must be more. You can tell people to sit down and wane in the sunlight. How strong are you? How fast?
Do you want me to show you?
Indeed.
You, large one, stand.
Gregory sighs as he gets to his feet. And
Here. Try to push me.
He holds out his hand.
Gregory sort of chuckles to himself, looks at Una, puts his hand forward, and begins to push.
Roll for me a brawn athletics, please.
I can do.
We'll do the same.
0 point.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yes, please. Get to reroll that. There we go. That looks a little bit better.
Oh. Shit. I mean, alright.
Oh, great. Okay, that is good. That is good. You're fine. You're fine. You're beautiful. You're fine.
So, brawn athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is a total of...
Not a lot.
That looks like 3. Faust gets 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. A lot. As you watch Gregory push on Faust's hand, Faust's fingers dig into Gregory's arm, and with a single hand he lifts Gregory and throws him into a bookshelf.
And everyone that is changed is like you?
It's gonna really mess up your bookshelf, mate.
It does. There are plenty of books that fall and slam. Gregory, it looks like he kind of like held back a little bit. It is almost like, it was almost like moshing in a way. This is not like, it didn't hurt you. Because at the last second when he swung you around, it felt like he just sort of slowed everything down and stopped your momentum, hitting the bookshelf very lightly.
Very, very concerned, Grigory just sits back down quite quietly.
I never thought I'd meet anybody stronger than him.
And Jeremy is stronger than I.
Oh.
Well, I must admit, all these skills are very interesting, but I fear your enthrallment will just take the fun out of the game. Perhaps Grigory or Marina or Una or someone may be interested in your gift, but I am not. All these macho muscles, no. No.
I don't think.
There's a speed to it as well, Samat.
Oh, you have not shown me that yet.
I
Oh,
have
he's demonstrated.
many a
it.
time. And again, he disappears from where he was, and now he is behind your shoulder. I have indeed shown you. You just haven't been paying attention.
Ignoring him, he's Una, you were saying?
He's shown you quite a few times.
It would seem. However, no, I am not interested.
I too want no power. Which brings us back to our original discussion. What exactly?
Boss holds up a finger. And you, Layla. You reek of blood already. Do you desire power?
No.
Then continue, Una Nikmab.
I was just bringing us back to exactly how we can infiltrate this tower. I was not actually shown an entrance or an exit. As seeing as how I was transported in a very unusual fashion, in and out. I saw a little bit of the surrounding landscape from my window, but not much. Are there any guards or doors, big entryways that you know of?
There is the main
Or
gate
maybe-
up front.
Okay.
But there are many guards that Larkenstein has posted around the tower.
Are these human guards or experiments?
Experiments, they were human until they became mindless husks of their former selves.
Husks? You mean like those people in the masks, in the robes?
No. They are not merely followers, they are the living dead.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Larkenstein has spared no expense at dark magic to fortify and protect Phoenix's plans.
Una, when you were at the tower, did you notice any bodies of water? I know that obviously it's surrounded by a forest, but you know, there must be a river or something nearby.
There weren't very many windows. Was there a moat? I can't remember if there was a moat or not. I don't think there was.
There is no moat, no.
I didn't see anything. I'm sure that there's a spring or a well or something nearby. They have to get water there somehow. Even the people that were there before Largenstein would need the water supply if that tower is to be occupied at all. But I didn't see where it came in.
What about you, Faust? Where does their water come from?
My stay in Greystone Tower, I did not get the chance to see it. predominantly. But the chief reason by the time that I got there and the time that I left, my dietary supplements were far different.
What sort of books are on all of the bookcases?
As you look around, you see that they are from varying different places. The languages are different on each book spine. They're in different sizes and things. All the genres seem to be different.
Given that we're in Eisen, and they've just had a very, very lengthy war, are there any books on warfare? Particularly machines of war.
I would say there would be about a hero point if there was.
Done.
Okay.
Done. Gregory's going to scan the bookshelves for anything that might detail any sort of siege weaponry, catapults, trebuchets, that sort of thing. We can potentially build one of those. We can throw gunpowder at it.
You think we have that sort of time?
I didn't say it doesn't need to work for very long.
Well,
I could be
wanted to-
catapults.
That sort of thing, yeah.
Or we
Why
could
not?
be catapult together. You're not weak by any means. In fact, you're stronger than most men I've encountered.
between the two of you, you could throw some heavy rocks into the side of that tower.
I
Or
could
carts.
be.
I
could.
don't think that's what he meant.
I could. Gregory, is it? Offer
Yes.
you my gift. Imagine how strong you would become if you were like me. You seem to be restrained, much like me. Samat has a point. But you, perhaps, could actually do some good with it.
As appealing as it sounds, it's not for me. Please don't take offense, but you make my skin crawl.
It is a good response to have. Many people would react the same way. In fact, it is your very human nature telling you to run.
Okay, so no time for catapults.
Well,
We have gunpowder. We have fire. We have kells.
we could talk our way in. One of the reasons why I stayed is because they were trying to get me to join them. They wanted to use me in their plans. We could tell them that maybe, didn't sound too bad.
And you do recall that Phoenix is interested in not just you working for him, but all of you.
Yes. So, really, we could walk right up to that tower and say, yes, we will work with you and they will let us in. It's once we get inside that is the trouble. He wants all of us.
If you take that approach, it will be harder for me to assist you.
Not necessarily. What
Do
did you
tell.
take? You said you stole things from them. You disrupted the caravans. What did you
The
take?
people. The people.
Specifically, do you still have anything?
I have what I need to get by.
What if we were to return what was taken as a gesture of goodwill, perhaps?
But it's all full of gunpowder.
If you want to lace corpses with gunpowder, be my guests.
No. The corpses.
Actually, that's
ugh.
not a bad idea.
Sounds like a hell of a party.
More of a concealment.
Well, these experiments, were they... Okay, question to use. At one point during Una's stay in the tower, she would have been looking at Jeremy and admiring the great transformation that she assumes happened, because she was described, Jeremy, as a small child, or not a small child, but like a teenage boy, young kid. He is obviously not. So she would say, tell me, Ezra, do you experiment on people while they're living or dead? Do they die first and then you change them, or?
I don't experiment on them at all, no.
Okay, well...
It is simply a program in which Larkenstein oversees, and we give people the capability to be extraordinary. One day, people like this will fill the world, no longer being able to bow to the whims of some noble and their armies. Can you imagine a world in which people don't have to fear the mob anymore? How many times have you watched civilizations fall because the people realize that they are more than just a few? The problem with the aristocracy, the oligarchy.
Of course. But physical power, that's all you're going for?
No, there's other gifts that have been bestowed. Some gifts are quite extraordinary. Many different things. It takes time, you see, to really perfect it. Larkenstein doesn't tell me everything that I need to know, but he does, in fact, tell me enough. He's making progress, surely.
Okay. Back to right now. Well, maybe not courses. Though, do you know if he ever uses corpses for anything?
Larkenstein uses corpses to populate his own personal guard.
Well, then that might be perfect. If we bring corpses laced with gunpowder to where his personal storehouse, I guess, would be, or bring them to the tower, say, oh, we have a present for you. Here you are. The people you needed were back. Congratulations. Yes. And then, when he puts them away in storage, someone can start a fire.
This may sound disgusting, but maybe not just laced with corpses. I do not know if there is a good taxidermist in town, but we could fill them with powder, using some little wires and stuff. No one will really know the difference from the outside.
I mean, that's essentially what I was going for. I was trying to be a little bit more subtle about it, though.
Oh, I do not... Oh, sorry. I misinterpret subtlety sometimes.
You watch as Marina sort of shakes her head as it looks like she has come out of Faust's spell. Sorry. I heard the word corpses. And after a second of filling her in, she tells you, I could definitely help with that.
Well, of course. You're one of the best surgeons that any of us know.
Oh, good agree.
I mean, I'm still living, so...
Marina, at the moment, this fine gentleman is offering a special offer on vampire curses. Are you interested?
I'm pretty sure that goes against the Hippocratic Oath. I'm good, thank you.
So I could buy one get one free offer.
Doesn't everything go against the Hippocratic Oath? Isn't that the nature of a Hippocratic Oath?
That is the Hippocratic Oath. That is a very different oath. Basically, do no harm is sort of the thing we're aiming for as doctors.
Where do you stand on someone being already dead?
Moreover, I was just thinking it would be the perfect cover. You would have all this strength and speed, and oh no, I'm thirsty. Well, good job I'm in a surgery.
Do you want to spend one of your raises to tempt Marina into taking the gift?
Oh no, he is about free will. He's just although it might make her more useful.
What's the question?
No.
Let me clean your wounds.
That is weird that there's suddenly a doghouse on the Salty Spray. How did that happen? Anyways. No, I am fine. I don't think I really need to be messing about with weird vampires and stuff.
No shame in that. None of us wanted it either, but I thought you should have the same offer that everyone else did.
Okay, I appreciate that, but no thank you.
A wise decision. Meaning that I can truly trust you. Very well done.
Can
I
you
was
fly?
wondering. No. I can move extraordinarily quickly.
So, we are assaulting the tower?
Yes.
And you notice Faust's face turns, and his nose begins flaring.
There is someone else here. At the door.
And that is where we're going to leave tonight's episode of 7th Sea.
Ah! Oh my gosh. I really hope that it's Rhea. Sorry.
Actually, let's go with something a little bit more fun, because I'm more fun. There we go. Okay, that one is good. Alright, so we're going to do the closing thing that Derek usually does kind of badly, but I'm going to do it way better this time. So we're going to go around, and seeing as he is not here, we're going to use this one. Alright, so we're going to go around and introduce ourselves and see where we can be found and what our favorite part was. And we're going to start with Jay.
Hi. So I like the introduction of vampires and werewolves. That was a nice turn. I liked it. Yeah, I think the last half hour ish is definitely my favorite part of today. Yeah, so my name's Jay Bambi. Up there. Find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram with Alex. That way. I don't know where he is.
Opposite side. I'm over here. Hi.
With him. Yeah, so stream with him. We played quite a lot of Ark and stuff like that. Oh my god, we just got the new Ark expansion. If you haven't got it, get it.
Drop by. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's really good. Having a blast. So yeah.
Yay! Thank you. I can't wait to see what you guys do with that. The Ark expansion. I didn't even know that was happening. And then going further around the screen. I almost said scream. All this talk of vampires and werewolves. Then we're going to go to Miss Aras Savad, or Una.
Hello, I am Eris Savad. I make dice trays and stuff. I had a blast, and okay, so I had two favorite things. My first favorite thing was you GMing as Marina and going between the accents and everything like that. It was absolutely fantastic. I loved it so much. I absolutely love this. Just all of it. Just keep keep doing what you do, Derek, because you are just absolutely slaying all of it. I also really liked how we're doing these questions that I'm asking and how we're setting them back up, and it's I feel like it's pretty seamless going back and forth through the transitions. I've been trying to keep it relative to stuff that would try to come up in, or that she could bring up in normal conversation, trying to get answers out of him without being so obvious. Anyways, I am Eris Savad. I make dice trays and dice bags, and I've started streaming sometimes when I'm working, so you can catch that on my channel, twitch.tv/ErisSavad. If you want to know what's going on in my life, you can look me up on Twitter at Erisavad, just up there. If you want to check out my products, you can go to erisavad.com, also right up there. And yeah, I've got a lot going on.
Awesome. With that,
So, yeah, Twitter.
Thank you for all the wonderful compliments and stuff. You've been doing wonderful with those questions, and yes, go check out her work. It's amazing. Derek's wife got one of her dice trays. They're so pretty. But thank you so much for being here. You're amazing. You're a godsend. And then we are going to take it over to Alex.
Hello. So, first, pleasantries. Hi, I'm Alex, or Dark Fox 0812. Yes. So, favorite part of this evening. I think since entering Faust's abode, everything has just been really, really cool. I like all of the character interaction, and Marina, Derek, you're an absolute master, mistress, but not like that. Just it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. Particular point that I really enjoyed was Kel's with his dramatic entrance. I knew it was coming. I knew that was going to happen at some point. There was nothing that I could have done, nor would have done to stop that. It's perfect.
It was just too good.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just lovely. I love every session, and I don't want it to end. I'm just putting that out there for the VOD. Twitch, we need to have a petition or something. Just tell the lordship up there. Just make it happen, all right? Anyway, so yeah, I stream on Twitch with Jay, or occasionally on my own. Not very often. Once in a blue moon, really. Jay's the one you want to actually follow. But yeah, I ramble quite a lot on Twitter as well. So if you ever fancy, following me, and I occasionally post cat pictures, or today was a series of pictures of things outside my office, which consists of, old 18th century galleons and a submarine and things like that. I have an exciting job. So yeah, anyway, I ramble, as you can tell.
But we love it. It's really great.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I stream occasionally. I play various different things. And I'm here every Tuesday at the moment until next season, and then we'll see, won't we, Scrap? Eh?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll see. All right.
It is right now. All right, and before we get over to my beloved Kelsamat, we will talk about me, because that is what we all know that I really like to do. So anyways, hello, I have been Marina. You can find my evil but also very handsome and very gifted storytelling companion, Archmage Derek, over on Twitter. Oh, very handsome. He's very, very cute. Very, very, especially when he wears a beanie and looks like a Pokemon trainer. It's a really good look. But my favorite part probably was, well, Derek can wait. We'll talk about me more. My favorite part was definitely, let's see here, the walk in the park. That was pretty funny. I loved Kel's entrance. That was really great. And there's just a whole thing with Faust, the way you guys like really the way that you guys like really just kind of latched onto the character and really engaged with him without like trying to fight him, which is amazing for a bunch of RPG players to be like, oh my gosh, it is a vampire, we should kill it. Like that is usually something how that goes down.
Get the XP and the loot.
Exactly, there's no XP in this game, so fuck you. Yeah, I guess we can talk about Derek more. So you can find him over on Twitter at archmage_Derek or themagecollege.wordpress.com. All the links will be in the description. The Mage College is this amazing place where he and his awesome wife Kana, who brought me to life with her amazing makeup skills, and she did the overlay and the poster for Scatter Dashes. She's a very talented artist. And then their friends Tahina, who's in Wizards and Wardrobes, they all create D&D 5e content like classes and spells and feats and stuff, which is really great and really fun. Here's the link to all those. They recently did something like they did a vampire thing, and then they did one with like people can turn into cats, and they're really like roguey and thiefy and stuff. It's really great. Yeah, so go ahead and click all those things that you see in there. Just click all the links. Just do it. Just see what happens. I'm fine. It's fine. It's not a virus or anything. And then we turn it over to our beloved Scott. So yeah.
Oh hi. My favorite part today. Well, first of all, I did really enjoy the recaps that Natalie did for us for the VOD. Natalie, thank you so much. They were amazing. We may finish off by playing one of those again. But of today's actual session,
Come on, everyone knows it was you making a dramatic entrance through
I
the
mean,
back door.
being able to do that was absolutely amazing, okay? Like, but I always try and think of something that other people do so that I'm not always, like, self-serving with my favorite moment. But yes,
Yeah,
no.
but Kel's is funny, so...
Kel's, yeah.
Kel's has the best moments, though. Just the best ones.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I thought you were going to make me ask for raises. I genuinely thought you were going to make me roll raises for it. I was, like, all ready to roll.
I wanted it. We both wanted it.
That's what we said at the
I think
time.
we all
Everyone wanted it.
Usually the way it goes.
The backdoor innuendo for like 3 minutes. That was pretty good, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I love how people roll with the innuendos on this. You know what my favorite part is? My favorite part is that you all put up with Kel's bullshit. Okay, like, because he is full of shit, and you guys just seem to lap it up, and I don't know why, but that's my favorite part, is the fact that I'm allowed to be this ridiculous, and you guys still come back.
Makes it work. We love it.
Mm-hmm. And also, there was something quite nice about rolling a few dice and getting, like, 10 raises out of nothing.
You
You
dice.
didn't even want to...
A few?
I've updated the formula, by the way. Now it should... Yeah, now it works even better. There we go. I used to do, like, programming and stuff for engineering, so, like, now it is actually doing 2 raises for every 15 rather than 1 for every 7.5, which is how the... Anyway, let's skip on from that. These are my social links, you guys. Go and check all these out. I was letting my nerd show for a second there. Go and...
Welcome.
Go and check out my Discord as an inclusive place to be. Go and check out the Twitter. Send me a DM and I'll get you a game. We're currently looking for people who are specifically free between the 22nd and the 4th of January. 22nd of December and the 4th of January for the Christmas week, as I will be streaming all the way through that time. Yeah, new season coming soon. In fact, I need to speak to all of these lovely people about next season. Anyway. YouTube, go and catch up with this and all our other shows on the YouTube there. What else have we got? We've got a Patreon. Go and check out our Patreon. There's some free articles, one of which is written by the wonderful Derek himself. Oh yeah. Well, Derek's usually there. Your name tag's there. Derek's name tag
Not
is there.
appearing in this film.
Yeah. It still says Archmage Derek across the top. That's my curse. Like, whatever the name says around your name is what I'll call you. Yeah. There's also free stuff. There's also exclusive stuff on there. So like for $1 a month, you can get access to the sound files and stuff. And I think I'm gonna make another one of those today. Kel's was my inspiration. Maybe I'll do a Kel's one, or maybe something else. Fergus seems quite popular in the community. Yeah. Sponsors: Bird and the Storm Publishing. go and check them out. They do stuff for charity. It's great, and there'll be more content coming to us in the new year. Mage Hand Press, they are releasing the alpha release of their Dark Matter 5e space expansion this week on Thursday. Tune in then. It's going to be great. If you go and get the right level of backing now, you can also get access to the beta. You can give feedback to them for the beta release and all that good stuff. And I didn't mention our merch. Go and check out our merch. I've also been setting up a merch store on my channel. I'm not quite sure how it works yet. I think I've set up the merch store, but I don't think I've given anyone a way to access it yet. So stay tuned. That'll be coming soon as I figure out the internet. It's hard figuring out the internet sometimes. Today, hang on, what's going on over here? Oh, there we go. Today we are going to head across and pay a visit to our wonderful friends over at WebDM. And today's raid call is going to be, Potato Hollow called it. In fact, I typed it in private chat before Potato Hollow got there, but yeah, that's exactly the one we're using. Messy is what we do will be today's raid cry. Guys, we are live Monday to Thursday, 1 PM, 6 PM, 10 PM EST. Fridays, 1 PM and 8 PM. 8 PM every other week. 1 PM here, no, on the Greyhawk channel every week. Sorry, I'm just looking over at WebDM who we're raiding, and I'm like, huh, why has an advert suddenly started showing? I'm not sure if Prime or if something's going wrong over there. But anyway, thank you guys for coming along. We're going to go and raid anyway. Keep evoking emotions. We'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye, everybody. I love you.
Bye.